Go live. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2. Okay.
Checking connection. Okay, everybody, how are you?
Hello.
We're here today to talk to you about anything immigration. We know that a lot of people have been calling and asking about the changes that we're having. Well, I'm sure you all heard today
A lot of changes.
a little
A lot's been
change
happening.
that's happening with USCIS. Maybe some of you who are listening to us are in this situation, and I know you all know that USCIS came out with something today. Now it's been going on. It's not like it's a huge change, but today they kind of made it official. So anyone who has an asylum application pending with USCIS, if immigration thinks that the case is not strong enough, or if immigration thinks that you hadn't applied on time, or there is a criminal record, USCIS now, instead of giving you an interview, is going to send your case directly to the court. Now, that doesn't mean that your case is, your asylum application is denied. You will have an opportunity to present the case before the judge. And if the judge denies the case, then you'll also have an opportunity to appeal the case. So I know that a lot of you have been calling about this. So we wanted to make that clear. It's not that it's going to be denied forever. It's going to be going on. You can still do your case and then appeal before the court. So where are you guys joining from? I see a bunch of people have joined us from Instagram. I know that there are probably people who have joined us from from YouTube. We also have a lot of people joining us from TikTok. So let us know how where you're joining us from. We would like to talk to you. We'd like and do put your questions. You can't see us. Put your questions in the over there in the comments, in the commentary. Write your questions down. But let me know where you're coming from. You know, my son was talking to me about this movie, The Odyssey, and he was saying that in the movie, I haven't seen the movie. How many of you have seen the movie, The Odyssey? Can you write? Let us know. Give us a comment and let us know if you've seen the movie. And one of the things that they said in the movie was that they welcome everybody, and they wanted to make sure that everybody was welcomed. Like it was almost the saying that we welcome all immigrants. We want everybody to be happy. We want everybody to be with us. We want everybody to join us, and we want to accept people from all cultures and all societies. And you know, that's how the United States was built on that. The United States was built on the fact that people come from all countries, from all cultures, from all walks of life, like you are here. And that we can all, as immigrants, I'm an immigrant, my husband was born here, but his grandfather is from Italy.
Yeah, my grandfather was born in Italy, born in Sicily, and he came here with no money, nothing, and he started the very traditional Italian delicatessen, and he did that for years and years, and he did. That was what he did. That's what Italian immigrants used to do. They would either go into construction or they would open up food stores and so forth. So he did that for a long time, and I remember because he used to have these gigantic big cheeses hanging from the front window of his delicatessen.
Anyway. That's cool. That's cool.
So we're all from somewhere.
We all from somewhere.
And this is about talking about whatever problems you have, whatever questions you have. Let's just try to figure it out. Let's just do it calmly, and let's work through it. Because what we do, what Carly and I do every day, is that we help people navigate through these really difficult times, and it takes calmness. Meditation, we meditate, we stay calm, we pray, and we come up with the best possible answer. So we have a case tomorrow. It's inappropriate for me to talk specifically about it, but the case is a very delicate case. And so we've been really thinking hard about it, meditating about it, and praying about it, because the outcome is not a very good one for this person. And but it's the best that we can do, the best that the law provides as of today. Anyway, I interrupted you, but
No, not at all.
it's
I want to just remind you all, because a lot of people have communicated with me. We've been talking by phone, and a lot of people said the sentiment or the feeling is, well, I feel like the United States, the country, the government, they don't really want us to be here anymore. And don't feel that way. You all are here on visas. A lot of you are here on visas. A lot of you are afraid to go back to your country. That's why you apply for asylum. A lot of you came with student visas. A lot of you are applying for your OPT. A lot of you are applying for residence, one way or the other. So I don't want you to feel that you're not welcome. You have a lot to give. You have a lot to contribute to this country, and that's why you got your visa in the first place. Do you think that the government would have given you a visa if you had nothing to contribute to this country? You do. You have a lot to give. You have a lot to contribute. So I just want you to take that out of your mind and just focus on. A lot of you are in the situation where you've applied for your OPT, you've applied for your H-1B, you applied for your residence, and you're still waiting for USCIS. So I want you all to just be calm and just to remember that you are needed and you are wanted here, and you can contribute a lot to this country, and you can give a lot to this country. So I want you all to remember that. And
sure.
and there's it may feel a little bit crazy right now because of everything that's going on with ICE and everything that's going on with deportations and so on. But remember that a lot of you are here with visas. A lot of you are here applying for asylum, and just have faith in the process and have faith that everything is going to work out. Okay, don't put fear first, put faith first, and everything is going to work out. So I'm going to take a few questions, and I see that we have some questions here. And it says, I'm in my 20s. Oh, I have an I-20. I typed my name in the signature area. Will I get a rejection? Do I need to do anything? Oh, I see. You typed it in the signature. Okay, I got a question now. So you're saying that in your I-20, you typed your name in the signature area. Will you get a rejection? Do I need to do anything? Okay. As of July 9th, the second week of July or so, immigration no longer accepts applications that are typed. So as of now, after that date, you have to type everything, what they call it, wet ink. So you have to make sure you sign with a pen. Okay, black ink. Okay, not blue. I know I have a blue pen here, but black ink. So if you did it before that time, before July 15th, if you did it before that time and you submitted your application, you should be fine. Okay, just don't do it now. Nowadays, don't type your signature. Don't do it by DocuSign. Don't do it by, when you scan it. If you're in another country or if you're in another state and your attorney says, I'm going to send you the application, sign it and send it back, or they send it through DocuSign, or they're saying, we're going to you can scan it and send it back. Don't do that. You need to sign everything now with the pen. It has to be wet signature. I think you'll be okay. You'll be fine. If you want to do an update, like if you have a receipt and if you applied for, like, say, an F1 or an OPT and you send your I-20, just go ahead and just update it. Send another one just in case. Say, oh, I would just like to update my application. Just do that. Okay. So other than that, you should be fine. Okay. Here's another question. In my OPT documents. Okay. I have an adjustment. Here's another question from Rosie. I have an adjustment of status application pending, but I'd like to know how I can keep working while I am waiting. Okay, so if you apply for adjustment of status, then you should have applied for your work authorization. Did you? Make sure you did, because if you did not apply for your work authorization, then you need to. If you have the work authorization, you have that card, the green, not a green card, but the I-765 card, the work authorization card. Yes, you can work while you're waiting. Okay, so that's important. Okay, I think we have a question here from YouTube. And it says, what do you do about a naturalization process that has been on hold for a person who belongs to one of the 75 immigration paused countries. Well, I think you already know that there are about 39 countries or so that a judge, a federal judge, said that immigration has to start processing on those cases. Now, we had a lot of cases that were on pause, and this week, last week, a lot of naturalization interviews have come through the office. And we're talking about people from Mexico, Venezuela, um, Guatemala, El Salvador. So I think, I don't know where you're from. Maybe you could just write and tell me where you're from. But now the naturalization interviews are going to be coming through. So hang in there. They're going to come through right now. They were on pause, they were on hold, but they're coming through a lot faster. Okay. What else? What other questions do you guys have? Okay, you said you submitted. Okay, if you only have for the person who talked about having a I-7 an adjustment of status application pending, and you said you also have a receipt of the I-765. Listen, you need the work authorization card in order to work. Okay, that's very important. Oh, my friend Rolando has joined. Hey, Rolando, how are you? Okay. Yes, if you have that, please remember, you can't work without the work authorization. You need that work authorization card in order to work. The receipt is not enough. A lot of people think that a receipt is enough, but it's not. Okay, here's another question. It says, I lost my OPT card at the time of delivery. I also applied for it again on January 26th. I have done with you did your biometric on April 26th, and I still didn't receive my OPT card. So let me just ask you, the card that you lost, the OPT card that you lost, did you get a chance to make a copy, or was it just lost in the mail and you didn't make a copy? I'm just curious to see if you had a copy of that card. The problem is that if you need that card in order to work. You said you contacted USCIS on July 21st, and they told me it's in the adjudication process. The reason why I'm asking you this question, I'm asking you if indeed you made a copy of the first card, because then you do have that approval of the card. It's just that you lost the card. So, okay, the USCIS people lost the card. So I guess you didn't get a chance to make a copy of it. So this is a question that people often ask me. So they got the work authorization card, and they also got approval. You know how you get the approval on that I-797 form. So let's say you have the approval, and you lose the card. You still have that work authorization because you were approved. So, but you just lost the card. So if you have a copy of that approval, you're okay. But if this was lost in the mail, you never had a chance to make a copy of that card, you don't have the card, then you really have to wait. Yes, everything is taking longer. I know it's frustrating as anything in the world. It's super frustrating, but you still have to wait for that card. Okay, you are from Nigeria. And you said, I really took the naturalization interview and I'm only waiting on my oath ceremony. Do I reach out to them still or wait? I've had my interview since December of last year. Well, congratulations, you passed your naturalization interview. So you're just waiting for the oath ceremony. Give them a call. Give them a call again. Give USCIS a call. I know people tell me that I have to wait for 2 hours on the phone in order to talk to an officer. Yes, just wait the 2 hours. If you have the time, wait the 2 hours, because you need to. You need to. Okay.
Well, we have phone lines that are on hold for the entire day. For the entire day, just waiting. Unfortunately, that's how the government is working. That's how they do things now. But you get a good result if you hold on. You have to be persistent.
Okay. Hi. Do you have a question? You want to write a question for us? Do you have a question? Say, let's see. Okay. All right. I love when people wave from TikTok. I think it's great. So you'll be doing this too, and that's awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
So the other question is, it says, I would like to know if they didn't send me the approval yet. So where am I going to find that card? Okay. So, all right. So if you didn't, if the card was, you didn't actually receive the card because USPS lost the card, then there's nothing you can do. You just have to wait. You just have to wait. I thought maybe you had an opportunity to I thought you had an opportunity to make a copy of the card and it got lost somehow afterwards, but it's okay. Okay. Then I have Rosie. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Thank you for your nice encouragement, saying that that you said we're doing a good job. And we want to do a good job and we want to help people. That's why we're doing these lives. We want to talk to you and find out what's going on with you. How are you doing? We want to be able to find out what's going on with you all. That's why we ask you to send the questions. So I think we have some messages here. Okay, what is it here? Okay, I don't see the question. I see something about a I don't see the question. Did you write a question? Did you write a question for us? Yeah. Did you write a question? No? No, okay, we can't hear you. All right. Okay. So if you have a question, just write it in for us, okay? Because I'm not able to hear you. I can only get your questions. All right. So I see Sandra. How are you, Sandra? Sandra joined us and okay. All right. So I'm back to my friend over here from Nigeria who told me, who's talking about the naturalization. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, you did an awesome job. You already won, because you passed your citizenship interview. It's not easy anymore, because they give a lot more questions. So you passed. Oh, you're in a great position. You're in a great spot. You're just waiting for the oath. I had a lot of people who took the naturalization interview. What, January?
Yes.
January, February, and we just got the oath ceremony. We got a lot of them last week and this week. So hang in there. You're going to get it. I know you're going to get it.
That's quick. It is quick.
You're going to get it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So here's another question. I applied for my H-1B process last month. I haven't received a receipt notices yet. 1 week ago, I upgraded to premium, and I haven't received a receipt for the premium processing as well. Yeah, that's kind of normal these days. We sent out a bunch of premium processing applications to, I think, the beginning of July, maybe the second week in July, and we still haven't received a receipt. So it's okay. Check your account to see if USCIS took the money out of the account, and that will give you an indication if they started working on your case, okay? Check the account, because I think that probably they may have taken the money out. Yeah, in fact, we checked, and the money already came out of the client's account, but they haven't received a receipt. So that's kind of normal these days. It shouldn't be. Everything should be going a little bit faster. And I know you guys, when you apply for your H-1B and your F1s and your OPTs, you're used to things going a little bit faster. And I know the fact that it's taking so long is so frustrating, but please just hang in there. Hang in there, okay? Okay. Do we have a question? All right. Okay, then I have a few questions that we got by phone and also by email and by text. And I have one person saying that their work authorization card was delayed 3 months. That's normal. I'm so sorry to tell you that, but right now it is. And I also had another question that says, if my initial OPT is pending for 5 months, what do I do? That also these days is normal. Yeah. Okay. And then I have another question that says, listen, I want to go from a B1 to an F1, and I'm in the United States. Okay. I tell you what. If you're here in a B, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Let me tell you why. When you got your B1 or your B2, okay, that's for visiting or staying here a short amount of time. When you went to the interview at the embassy, and the embassy said to you, why are you going to the United States? You have to remember what you said. If you said, I am going to the United States to visit, I'm going to the United States for a short visit, I'm going to the United States to visit my mom, my aunt, my uncle, my sister, my cousin, and then I'm going to return to my country. You have to be careful, because guess what? When you apply now for the F1, they're going to say to you, did you lie to the officer when you went for your interview for your B1, B2? what happened now that you want to apply for an F1. So be very careful when you're applying for an F1 now, because immigration is going to ask you why you did not apply for the F1 when you were in your country before you came to the United States. So do speak to an attorney before you apply for the F1, because I don't want you guys to get in trouble. I want you to be careful about that. You know, I'm sure you remember that young lady who got in trouble for the same situation, going from a B1 to an F1, and it wasn't pleasant.
Not pleasant. Not pleasant at all.
So we want to
The laws are tough. The procedures are very tough. It's almost as if you have to be an accountant, to get through it all. But you can't get through it though. So Carlene now, she's been doing this for 35 years, tens of thousands of cases. So she knows every single detail of every single detail, and that's actually the kind of accountant that we have. He's been practicing now for 50 years or whatever. He looks like he's 100 years old. But I've never been able to ask him a question that he didn't know the answer to. That's Carlene. You can't ask her something that she doesn't know the answer to.
Yes, that's right. That's right. We have to just be careful. Okay.
So let's use this time as a chance to ask anything at all. Everything is anonymous, so just ask.
Okay. So I see another question. It says that I submitted my initial H-1B and premium online. Do USCIS upload receipts, RFE approval notices online? Yes, they do. They do submit it online. So if you have it, that's something I also wanted to tell you guys.
What's the full question? Can you ask?
So for everybody to hear, the question is, I submitted my application online, and I want to know if I have an account with USCIS. Will USCIS upload receipts and so on online? Okay. So yes, they do. The answer is yes, they do. But the question, what I wanted to tell everybody, you all are very smart people. So if you can open a USCIS account online, do so, because you can check the status of your case. They do send receipts online. If you have an RFE, a request for evidence. Let's say a request for evidence means that immigration is requesting more documentation. If they're doing that, you can also see that online. Okay. So, and then you can respond online, and that makes it a little bit faster. That makes things go a little bit faster. So yeah, why don't you send us a question? Come on, send us a question. Can you send us a question? Yeah. So, if you all don't have accounts, please do the account. Please open your account online. It's not at all difficult, so you can do it. So where are you guys? Are you guys reaching out to us or join us from different countries? Tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're from. I'm going to take a few minutes and see just where you're from. Where are you from?
Oh, he doesn't have a phone, a keyboard.
I'm not sure. Okay, where are you from? I see a lot of different people, a lot of names. Tell us where you're from, and we can, I'm just curious to see, so we can, we're here in Miami. I'm not hearing. I think he's trying to talk to us, but I'm not here. So we're here. Oh, you're in Chicago. Look at that. So what time is it now in Chicago? Are you 2 hours behind or 3? You're 2, right? 2 hours behind?
From New York time.
So we're in Miami, New York time.
We're 10 after 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. So you're 2 hours, right? Chicago's 2 hours behind? Okay. All right, you let me know. So I think somebody else said that they were, it's an hour, right? It's an hour, so you're 5:11. Yeah. Now it used to be 2 hours, but I think, did we jump ahead? I've lost track now of daylight saving times and Easter. I've lost track of time. So I think somebody was saying that they were worried that their receipts have been lost. Why are you worried? Did you see that USCIS took money out of your account and you don't know? Is that the reason why? Because the receipts are taking a little bit longer now. Okay, here's another question. I have the last days of STEM OPT, but it's still processing. I am from Detroit. I don't understand your question. You said something about I have in last days of STEM OPT. In other words, your OPT, your STEM OPT is running out. Did you apply for something else? Since your OPT is running out, did you?
Is that right?
No, don't disconnect. Okay, you can disconnect. Yeah. There's some things on different platforms that we're working on, and we have to connect and reconnect and disconnect. I don't know. So it's one of those situations. So okay. Um, I know that a lot of you also asked me another question, which I'm going to talk about. And it was this person said, I have my H-1B pending, but I was arrested. Now, that gets a little bit tricky because if you have a case pending with USCIS, it doesn't matter if it's a F1, an H1, an L1, student visa, anything at all. If you have your case pending and you've had an arrest, now people sometimes tell me that they have a DUI or they got arrested because they were doing something, they were trespassing or they were loitering or something like that. Because I know that a lot of you guys are studying and a lot of you guys are applying for high-end jobs and you don't want to be in a bad situation. You don't want to be in that situation. So listen to what I'm telling you. Do not get into any trouble at all if you are applying for your visa. You don't want to get in any trouble. You don't want to get any arrest, because when that happens, it can really, 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 really affect your case. So be careful with that. Okay, be careful with that. So even the cases that you have in court, when there's an arrest, it affects the case, right? The case can be denied.
Sure, you could get traffic tickets. My classic case, and I have a few of these, where my client admitted to getting a lot of traffic tickets, and because he got the traffic tickets, even though he was handed, here's your green card, here's your legal residence, and then the judge says, oh, and he admitted, he says, I have so many parking tickets, and we never thought the judge would really care much about that. And frankly, I never realized that he had something like 50 or 60 parking tickets. And when the judge investigated, because they have the computers and the ability to do that, they said, "Oh, give me that card back." In effect.
Yeah, we had a case like that.
That was the end of that. So
Yeah, so you want to be careful with that. So don't get in trouble, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
You're here. You are smart. You're all smart. You're all good people. You have a lot to contribute to this country. You have a lot to give. Don't get in trouble. Stay out of trouble and try to get your case resolved. Okay, so I have another question. It says that the EAD expires January 2027. The H-1B application is in process. Can we domestic travel? I have a conference to attend next week. Well, if you're legal, if your EAD expires in 2027, and if you have your driver's license, and I'm pretty sure you have travel with your driver's license and your passport, okay? So if you have all of that, you should be okay. You should be fine. So don't worry about that. You should be able to travel and travel well. So, all right. So we're going to leave now, and we will join you all tomorrow, and come with your questions tomorrow. We'll try to help you tomorrow with questions. And let me take one last question here. I've applied for STEM OPT in February, and it's processing now. I'm concerned that my 6-month time period is going to end by August. So should I pay for premium processing or wait for if you can pay for premium processing, by all means, you should do so, because it shows interest, and it shows that you can, that definitely they'll try to process it, quicker with the premium processing. I always tell clients, if you can do premium processing, by all means do it.
Sure.
It's worth it.
It's faster, definitely, but it's expensive though.
It's expensive, but yeah, if you can do it, do it.
It's one of those things in life that it's worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joshi, you said you just joined and you have a question. Sure, go ahead. Tell me what your question is.
It's amazing that we're able to, all of us, be together in this space, right, all around the world. I cannot get over that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Social media is wonderful when it's used well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and you all have been very respectful, and I want to thank you for that. And we'll keep answering questions as best we possibly can.
Okay, I'm waiting for your question. We're gonna wait because Joshi has a question, and we want to make sure that we answer the question before. Okay. All right. There's also another question that came in. People want another question that people are asking if they could travel internationally. Can we travel internationally? Can I go back to my country while my case is pending? No, you should not. You should not travel while the case is pending. Make sure everything is okay first before you travel. Okay. Joshi says, my H-1B extension is in process and pending, and I'm past the 240-day period of work authorization. Okay, I can't work anymore, and all I can do is wait. Any advice? Okay. Well, did you speak to your employer? Because maybe what your employer could do is help to send a letter to USCIS. I found that has been effective in the past. If your employer can send a letter, I need this person to work with me. I need Joshi to work with me because it's very important. He's very important to my business, and he's doing a great job. So yes, I've had situations like that, and immigration. Not all the time. I'm not going to tell you all the time, but a lot of times they have said, okay, we'll try to work it up. All right. So, okay. All right. So we will be talking to you again tomorrow. Come with your questions. Remember, I want to know where you guys are, joining from so we can talk. You can also email us. Our email is there, immigration@ponency.com. You can email us if you have questions. And there's a link in the social media if you want to talk to us also. All right.
Subscribe.
Yes, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and
Please.
Tell your friends to subscribe and follow us, okay? So that we can be here for you more and so on. So
it tells us that we're wanted and we want to help you.
Sure.
So
absolutely.
just let us know that so we keep the show going.
Yes. Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
Thank you.